Giving SEMO an inch. And both teams are pretty much just trading baskets, and that works in Austin Peay's favor.
Yes, it does. And right there, as you saw, Cornisha Henderson did extend her arm. That'll be an offensive foul and another turnover. The Governors are now in the bonus. As Tiasha is fouled on her shot. With 4:21 remaining, as Coach Patterson, you've got to try to avoid fouls, especially considering Austin Peay's up 6, and with a woman like Tiasha at the line, that can cause some serious damage on your end.
You really need to avoid Austin Peay being able to score with the clock stopped. It's really your worst nightmare if you're SEMO.
And the Govs extend their lead to 8 now as Tiasha knocks them both down. Now Mitchell does finish underneath, but there are 4 players for the Redhawks that have 3 fouls at this point. Still 4 minutes to play. That could be an issue.
A little bit of an errant pass there. Luckily, Norton was right there.
Beth Rate's trying to go up, but she does get blocked by Amani Johnson. Looks like Samantha No trying to finish there, runs into the crew.
It's the first time we've seen No really do anything except for shoot from the three-point line as she runs right into our cameraman.
Could not have had a better angle as she makes the first.
And we'll see what some of these players can do. And for SEMO, now they have a couple of people that are also in double digits, and that's No's 10th point. And you also got Jones, who's come alive in this fourth quarter with 11. And just like that, it's a 4-point game.
Yes, it is. And now the Govs being up 4 with Banks down low. Got a little more strength to work with, but yeah, we all saw that one. She did travel there. SEMO fans are excited about that. Tierra, not so much.
Looks like she did lift up that pivot foot.
Samantha Norton gets the rebound after the missed shot. They'll come down with less than 3 minutes. Gray just decides to go straight to the basket, gets her own rebound, and finishes. Back up 6.
Well, you have to kind of question that first shot, but she was able to get her own rebound and put it up and in, and as Mitchell comes on the other end and tries to do the exact same thing and gets fouled.
And they are not quite in the bonus yet. They will be down below the basket.
About 3 minutes left in this game. Still could go either way. One of these teams could go on a run, either extend or cut into this lead.
Fallon Baker hurries to get the rebound.
You can tell Coach Midlick really told them about that offensive glass from SEMO. They're really hustling to the ball even more.
Yeah, and Mitchell gets called once again for the carry. It's the second time this game she's been called for that. And Coach Midlick was not happy on that last possession. He wants them to set things up, slow it down. You've got 30 seconds of a shot clock to kill, and with less than 2.5 minutes, I think he's right.
And you don't necessarily need to go all the way down, but he just wants them to get into a decent set, and you can really start your set with about 15 seconds left on the shot clock and limit the amount of possessions that SEMO will have on offense.
And that's Banks down low, can't quite finish, going for that rebound. And can't quite get it.
And even that
Red Hawks will come back down.
Even that was a little quick, but it was still a good shot as Deja Jones puts up another one.
Yeah, it was a great shot. But she couldn't finish there, and Tiasha will come back down. As she'll slow things down for this Governor offense. Coach Midler calling out a play. They look to set something up here. Up 4.
Starting their play with about 15 seconds left. Nobody's really moving without the ball.
Gets it back up to Banks. Looking low now, but only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. She goes up and gets the and one. Crowd is lit up and she's loving the spotlight. That'll increase that lead to 6, and she'll have the opportunity for one more point.
And there was really nothing going on that possession for Austin Peay. No one was moving without the ball. People were really just standing there, and Gray kind of bailed them out, but that's something that she's able to do, and she has 26 points right now. Make that 27.
And she has posted 10 other career 30-point games. This would be her 11th if she can get 3 more.
It would be a good way to go out with another 30-point game, and more importantly, the victory. As Rates goes up for the blocked and gets called for the foul.
Does go up, but not a time to foul here.
And we have to wonder, where has Deja Jones been in the first half, but really didn't even mention her name. And all of a sudden in this fourth quarter, it's been besides Bree Mitchell, she's been the main force for the SEMO team.
Yeah, she has. She has been the difference. Mitchell has also been doing what she can. No, on the other hand, has been there as well. She has 11. Like you said, Jones with 13, but Mitchell leading them still with 22. He knocks down the second free throw there. And it looks like Jones will come out to replace her. Is number 32, Amani Johnson. A little bit of a change here as we see Fallon Baker bring down the ball as opposed to Gray.
Looks like they're trying to get Gray to move a little bit more without the ball. Oh, and they will call that travel. Maybe she switched pivot foots. It looked a little clean. It looked clean to me.
I do think she changed there. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and call it a media. Austin Peay still trying to hold on to this lead. They're up 6 against Southeast Missouri. This is the OVC Digital Network.
It's just a few steps. For tradition, for innovation. A few steps so we can all stay connected and live better lives. And just a few steps for all the Touchstone Energy Cooperative members who got us here. Learn more about the power of your co-op membership at togetherwesave.com.
Brought to you by Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Today's game is brought to you by Cumberland Bank and Trust. Cumberland Bank and Trust keeps banking simple with the Edge checking account. The Edge is the only personal checking account that Cumberland Bank and Trust offers, and is the only checking account you will ever need. No minimum balance, no monthly fee, plus a free debit card, free online banking with bill pay, and free mobile banking. Check out the Edge at bank@cbt.com or stop in at any of the 5 convenient locations in Clarksville and Montgomery County. Get the Edge. Cumberland Bank and Trust, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just under a minute here. The Govs are still up 6 against the Red Hawks. Foul trouble has become somewhat of an issue for these teams, as they are both in the bonus. Red Hawks with 4 players with 3 fouls, and the Governors with 3 players with 3 fouls. Shouldn't be much of an issue anymore, though. Right there. Looks like Deja Jones does come back in the game, and she finishes underneath.
That's exactly what you don't want. You had the initial stop, and then allowed the offensive rebound. Looks like Austin Peay is going to hold it here.
You got to wonder why they aren't fouling here. They're down 2 possessions. Right now, I don't know if they can get it done. It's great, can't quite finish, but there is an offensive rebound, and the Redhawks have no choice but to foul.
That was very weird. It's not even like SEMO tried to run any kind of trap. They just kind of decided to not foul at all.
They were going to let them run that shot clock all the way down.
They wasted about 20 seconds. Only about a little under 20 seconds just letting Tiasha just dribble in front of the three-point line, and they could have fouled. Made a mistake there.
Yes, they could have, and if she knocks down this one here, they will have to come down quick. And that she does. They have a 6-point lead, and Southeast Missouri will take a timeout with just over 20 seconds left to play. Manny, it has been exciting. It's been a little more exciting in the second half than it was in the first, but we've gotten to see a little more action, a little more emotion than what we started with.
That's right, this second half has been more of what we expected to see this entire game. Both these teams really battling. The deficit was 5 at halftime. It's now only 6, so pretty even second half from both of these teams, and a couple of role players have really stepped up for SEMO, but it hasn't been enough so far. We see Deja Jones having 16 points, and really most of them coming in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and these teams both shooting at about the same percentage, but Austin Peay has taken quite a few more shots.
They have, and really a little bit of three-point shooting has kept SEMO in this game. They're shooting 43%. Austin Peay's only 2 of 11 from the three-point line. And it's been a lot about the number ones once again. Gray with 27, Mitchell with 22. Gray's been able to do a little bit more here in this fourth quarter to make an impact on the game. Mitchell's doing her best to try to even it up. That's exactly what SEMO needed, a very quick shot.
Yeah, that was a great play call by Coach Patterson. And has no choice but to foul there. And that right there was only about a second and a half.
And they could have been doing this a while ago. Like we said before, they wasted about 18 seconds just letting Tiasha dribble. If they would have been fouling that entire time, there would be about 15 more seconds added onto this clock, and it would have bought SEMO more time to come back.
Yes, absolutely. As Olszewski, the senior, here on her senior day, knocks down her first attempt there. And the second attempt is called off. She crossed the line before it hit.
SEMO trying to save as much time as they possibly can.
It is a 2-possession game, but not anymore. Mitchell does make it just over 12 seconds here. Coach Midlick has to take a timeout. It's now a 3-point game.
And Austin Peay has not done a good job on the last 2 defensive possessions. They've allowed SEMO, I think the combined time of possession in the last 2 has to only be about 4 seconds.
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
They've done a good job managing the clock besides that weird situation where they didn't decide to foul, but now all of a sudden SEMO, what they're going to do is they're just going to foul, or they're going to force Austin Peay to make their free throws, because they've proven they've been able to score here late in this fourth quarter.
Yes, they have, and they're scoring very quickly. I mean, you know, they waited till there was about 20 seconds left to even consider a foul, and that was after a shot, and they got an offensive rebound on Austin Peay's end. So we'll see here with 12.4 seconds left. When Austin Peay passes this ball in, how serious this press really is, and if it'll cause a turnover. As you see, this most recent play here.
No one even really tried to stop the ball. Looks like Austin Peay doesn't want to foul, but you still have to play defense. all the same.
And whether she's your man or not, you've got to get on her and stop her from getting into that lane. That's where she's done the most damage tonight. Doing everything she can, but that was a fast 5 seconds for Fallon Baker, and that's a turnover with no time wasted.
That is a disaster for Austin Peay. No time wasted, and now SEMO can go for the three if they want to, and they have the three-point shooters to do it.
Yes, they do. Look for Samantha No to get the ball, or even can't quite get anything there. As that's number 32, Amani Johnson, who goes up and tries to take the three.
Great defense, Austin Peay. They denied No and Mitchell the ball, and there was nowhere for SEMO to go there. They just had to force up a shot. Great defense by Austin Peay. They knew what SEMO was going to try to do, and they stopped it.
And right here, it's all just about getting the ball in play. And this game should wrap up, but it looks like the refs will go over and take a look. Probably going to get specifics on time.
See when exactly the ball went out of bounds, but the last couple possessions, Austin Peay did a terrible job on defense, and on that one, it couldn't have been any better.
Yeah, that was very disciplined. They stayed on those shooters. And with Amani Johnson getting it up at the top of the key, she's obviously 6 feet tall and not one to shoot the three-pointer. So they were not expecting much out of her, but still, even then, had good defense on her.
And Johnson was basically just there at the top of the key to try to set up. Obviously, she has good vision, which is why Coach Patterson decided to put her there. And you saw on the sides, there were double screen actions going on, and the defense was solid on No and Mitchell, and neither one of them were open.
And it has come down to that last second, as we originally thought. But you've got to give it to Southeast Missouri for coming in here, and being down 18 in the second quarter was a pretty big deal. But for the surge that they had right there before the half, they've really tried to make this a game, but the Govs have played a little more consistent in the second half.
And they really have, and all they have to do is inbound the ball here, and the game will be over.
And it is. Number one on number one right there for that last little bit, but that will do it. Austin Peay hangs on after being ahead for the majority of this game. Your final score, Austin Peay 74, Southeast Missouri 71. This is the OVC Digital Network.
They both become less reliable. Nobody knows that better than the experts at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Hey, Chris, how's the patient?
Bottom's rusted out.
Point is, if you don't take care of your plumbing will let you down.
This one's leaking.
That is embarrassing. For maintenance and replacement programs, call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Hey, Mike, do you smell gas?
Yeah.
Since 1978, C&S Auto Repair has provided quality repair and maintenance services for the area. Now in their new facility, Doyle and his trained automotive technicians are doing more to be your source for all things automotive. With state-of-the-art equipment and continual technician training, they provide a great alternative to the dealer without sacrificing on quality, and even offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on most repairs. Visit their new location on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard or give them a call at 931-552.
And courtside, we have Sheridan Black. Sheridan with Tiasha Gray.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Tiasha Gray. Congratulations on the win. The past 3 Saturdays, your team has defeated teams you previously lost to in the season. Is it safe to say your team's getting hot for the OVC tournament?
I would hope so. I mean, we want to get as far into it. I mean, I want to win a championship, so this momentum going into the tournament is great.
Alrighty, and also, your team, what do we need to focus on going into this tournament?
I mean, it's a new slate for everybody. Everybody wants to win, so we just got to make sure we're playing harder and better than all the other teams in that tournament.
All right, thank you so much, and congratulations. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Sheridan, and thank you, Tiasha. It's good to hear from her, from somebody we talk about all the time. She had a great game. I mean, put up 27 points, 3 points shy of her 11th career 30-point game, but wow, what an impact.
And really, like you said, 27 points, and it's really more than that. We saw her with steals. We saw her getting offensive rebounds. We saw her passing the ball. She had a couple of huge cross-court passes that were really impressive. We saw fancy footwork, really everything that you want from Tiasha on her senior day.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see some highlights here soon. But on the other hand, you know, we've got Mitchell with 24, but we'll look at some highlights here first. Tell us about him, Manny.
And really, this whole game has been about the two number ones. Mitchell finishing with 24. We see the up and under by Tiasha, but you really can't say enough about what Tiasha has done, not only in this game for this team and just over her career for this team. And it'll be the first time that she won't be playing basketball in the city of Clarksville. She went to Clarksville High School, now Austin P, and way to finish out her career here in the Dunn Center.
Yeah, that is a lot of history there, and she is somebody we talk about all the time. I mean, and now that we look at some statistics here, wow, look at how close the percentages are. I mean, when it comes to field goals, that's crazy. I mean, it was so different there for a while, but wow, they came close at the end there, but Austin P held on, got a few more shots off.
And I really think the key has to be those turnovers. 29 Austin P points coming off of those 18 SEMO turnovers. You just cannot turn the ball over that many times and expect to win, especially on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, rebounds, SEMO did fight underneath. They did a great job underneath the boards, but like you said, those turnovers really made an emotional impact for this team. They could not get anything going on offense. Every pass, every missed shot, it was as if Austin P had it after the first quarter almost the entire game. SEMO did what they could to scratch the surface, but couldn't quite get it done.
And really, that's really it. They had that one run that cut it to 5, and Austin P basically said enough of that and held the lead for most of the second half pretty consistently. There at the very end, a couple of bad defensive possessions. We saw that 5-second call that you just really can't have, and they kind of broke down there at the very end of the game, but they were still able to hold on and win.
Gotcha. Well, and next up, folks, we do have the men's game. They'll be playing against Southeast Missouri as well. Both teams fighting for this conference, considering we are coming to a close here with this regular season OVC, but it's been a great game. We expected that. We expected the emotion. We got a better atmosphere than we thought, and it's been great so far. So I'm Christian Christensen alongside Manny Bell. We want to thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us all season. We hope to see you back here next year, and this is the OVC Digital Network.
Today's game has been brought to you by Harris 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, Cumberland Bank and Trust, CNS Auto, CEMC, and by D&I Corp. This is